I was on TikTok live and then somebody said on my TikTok live, oh, this boy called Winston made a video about you. I ignored the comment because I know how TikTok is. Like, they just like to speculate. And then after one person said it, multiple people kept saying it to the point where people were telling me to end the live and go and watch it. So I did exactly that. I saw the video now. I was in shock. But then I said to myself, let me take a nap and wake up to see if this is real. Like,
we have got a little surprise for you.
huh?
Yes. Some love. We wanted to. Welcome to Off the Record, a platform for individuals to speak their truth, discuss their thoughts, and own their stories. We will be having candid conversations, dissecting various events, asking the questions that we are all eager to know, and hopefully coming to graceful conclusions. I am your host, Mide Oni, the one and only. Let's get into it. Today, we are joined by a young lady who unfortunately has been the victim of online bullying. We live in a society where a lot of people are giving their opinions online and to some degree with no consequence. Unfortunately, this young girl has been the victim of that, and we are going to discuss that today. Welcome to the show, Antonia. Hello, darling. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, actually.
Yeah. Good. How was your journey in?
My journey here it ran quite smoothly.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
So I'm currently in university and I make videos as a hobby.
So how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I am 21 years old.
What are you studying right now in uni?
I study social work mixed with health studies.
Online, your name is Anto.
Anto's Corner.
Anto's Corner. Yeah. I know your name is Antonia, but how did you get to Anto's Corner?
Ever since I was born, like, nobody called me Antonia in my household. Like, my parents, my siblings, even like people I know were calling me Anto. To the point where I just said, you know what, let me just run with this like nickname. And then I felt like Antonia was too long as a social media name, because even me, like, oh yeah, I watch Antonia. I just wanted some like pizzazz.
Okay.
Like under my name,
So let's just clarify where you're from, because I know there's a bit of confusion to what ethnicity you are. So can you tell us where you're from?
I am from Nigeria, but I was born in Austria.
Oh, wow. Okay. Talk me through that.
Yeah, I was born in Austria, and then a couple years later, my parents decided to come to the UK. And then, yeah, but both of my parents are Nigerian, which means I'm Nigerian.
What part specifically?
I'm from Edo State.
Tell me a little bit about your upbringing.
My upbringing, it was actually quite, because I'm the middle kid, like there's 2 older girls and then there's 2 younger boys. It was quite erratic, but not like in a bad sense, more in a sense of like, because I was surrounded by like siblings around my age, I would say I never felt like alone in that sort of sense.
That's nice. Are you quite close with your siblings?
Yeah.
How was your sibling dynamic growing up? So you say you guys are quite close and things like that. How did you feel like growing up about yourself in particular?
In my household, I wasn't treated any differently, in the sense of like, we were all treated the same way. Like, parents didn't do one thing for one person, one thing for another. However, because I had eczema, like there was certain stuff that they could do and I couldn't do, and there's certain stuff that they can eat and I can't eat. But yeah, I would say that's the only thing that was different between my upbringing and theirs.
How did that make you feel?
At first, I felt like I felt left out, to be quite honest, because I felt like, oh, why are they allowed to do certain stuff and I can't? But then as I was growing older, I realized that my parents were doing it for the greater good, to make my body get better, to make my skin more clearer.
So let's talk about your journey with eczema. When's the first memory that you have of your eczema?
I think I was actually in church, in fact. I was in church, yeah, and then someone must have asked me, what's all these lines on your hands? And I couldn't explain it. Like, I literally, not like I didn't want to explain it. I just said, I don't know, I have it. And then they were like, oh, how come you're the only one that has it and your siblings don't have it? And I was like, I don't know. Then I spoke to my mum about it. And then my mum sat me down and explained to me what I had. She was like, oh, you've had it since you were born. Yeah, right now we're doing all that we can to make it go away. And yeah. that's my first experience with it.
Talk to me about your journey with eczema in terms of like going to the doctors and trying to, cure it. How's that been?
Do you know what it is? I feel like it's been quite tough in the sense of like I've had to change the way I eat. I've had to stop, like I have to dress a certain way in the sense of like in the summer, I felt like I had to wear tights because I felt like I wasn't allowed to show my legs. Because I'm not going to lie to you, I feel like I was quite insecure with my eczema. Like I used to hide it a lot. I also had to shave my head as well, like at least every 2 years.
Shave your head?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Why did you have to shave your head?
Because I have eczema on my head.
Wow.
My hair would stop growing after 2 years. Like after 2 years, my hair would just start to fall out.
Is that still a thing now?
Not. The last time that's happened was in like 2021. So I don't think it is a thing anymore. But I don't know. I don't want to say it isn't and then it happens again this year. But as of now, I don't think so, yeah.
Have the doctors pinpointed any reason as to why you have eczema and why you have it so severely?
They've told me it's because, they told me it's something along the lines of like, because I was born in a cold environment, because I was born in Austria and it's a really cold place. That's what they were telling me. And then they've tried like other treatments and creams, but I feel like the creams and the treatments they've given me, they have not worked. The only time my skin does clear up is when I do go to like hot countries such as Nigeria and Spain. When I'm not in the UK, in the sense of like, when I'm in warmer countries, my skin does clear up. So I know the weather does have a part to play.
When you say it clears up, does it clear up completely?
Yeah, I would say completely, because in the sense of like my skin would generally, it wouldn't be smooth, but like I would barely itch.
Okay.
Like it barely irritates me. Like I generally forget that it's there.
So have you considered moving to hotter countries then?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what's keeping you here?
Education.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you in your last year of uni at the moment?
No, I'm in my second year actually.
Okay. Is that something that you might end up doing?
Oh, 100%. No,
Yeah?
100%. I think me moving out of the UK is always been a plan, but after uni, I just need to see how I get there realistically.
Was there a particular point in your life where you started to feel negative reception towards yourself, especially in terms of how you look?
Oh yeah, I would say it started in primary school, but the worst points I would say I felt more negative about myself was preferably secondary school all the way till even uni, in the sense of like until first year of uni. I feel like I'm in a place where like, as much as I can try and say like I'm not affected about what people say about my eczema, I am, because I feel like from when you're insulting me and then you're insulting me about something I can't change, I feel like it's like, oh, okay, I've already told you I have eczema. Like, I've already told you I'm doing everything that I can. But yet you're still coming for me. You're coming, like, for me in a sense of, like, you're insulting something that I generally can't change. Yeah. But, yeah, I would say that I think I did have a negative view on it until uni. But then I thought that I didn't have a negative view in a sense of, like, I thought that after secondary school, I felt like that negative view of me had changed, but it wasn't until I got to uni I realised it was still there.
Talk me through that. What was that like? What were the comments that you received and what were the things that people would say to you? On
the first day of year 7, actually, because I shaved my head in the summer, I came into school and I went to a Catholic school. So in a Catholic school, you have to wear skirts. Like all the girls have to wear skirts. The first time I ever had like PE, I think that's what they call it now, but yeah, I had like PE and I went into the changing rooms and then this one girl was like, you're in the wrong changing rooms, and then everyone started laughing. So yeah, because my head was cut, and obviously back then I didn't feel like I needed to wear a wig to school even though my head was cut. Yeah. I didn't care to that extent. But then when she said that, and then everybody started laughing, it did make me feel a type of way. And then to the point where people would call me a lizard in school, they would call me like a scaly witch. They would say that, oh, you look like you've been burnt from the ashes.
Wow.
All that like rubbish. I would say that, if anything, the stuff I dealt with of social media, in the sense of like in person, was worse than social media. That's why I don't take any notice to what happens on social media.
How did you handle that at that time?
The first time I tried to handle it, obviously, I don't know if I should be saying this, but the first time I did try to handle it, I did try like committing suicide, in the sense of like I felt like if I ended my life, the whole hate, the whole everything would end. But then I realized that God wouldn't put me through something if I couldn't generally handle it, if that made sense. Like if God felt like I could not handle eczema, he would not have given it to me. The same way everybody in the world, we all have something that we're dealing with. And if God generally felt like we couldn't overcome this, he wouldn't have given it to us in that sort of sense. And then I think I woke up one day and I realized, why do I care about people's opinions, in the sense of like, I came into this world alone. I didn't come into the world with all these other people giving me their opinions.
Yeah.
And then I realized that the only person's validation I needed is literally God's.
Amen. I'm so sorry that you had to experience that, and I'm glad that you're still with us today. Did you see a pattern in the way that people treated you throughout your school experience?
Yeah. I realized that they would only make fun of me when like I was being funny. Let's say like I would make a joke, but it wouldn't be about anybody. Like I would just generally make a joke and everybody would start laughing. Then there would be that one person that would just make it negative, in the sense of like, they'll start bringing my eczema into it, or they'll start bringing my appearance into it. Like they would always try and bring me down. But I didn't see it like that until as years gone on. Like there was always a pattern, in the sense of like, there'll be one person that would make that joke like at my expense, in the sense of like, every time they make a joke, they would always do it I always had to be involved some way, somehow, some form. But yeah, I would say that was the pattern I was seeing. Like it would be a couple people, and a couple people would turn into more. Like it was just.
Was any of this behavior met with, anger by yourself?
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah.
I used to fight these people back in secondary school though. I don't think I did it in uni, or sixth one, but back in secondary school, when they would insult me, because I did try and tell the teachers first, but they didn't do anything, and that's what led to me fighting them. Because how can I tell you something and then you're telling me that I'm lying and that I've made this up?
The teacher said that you were lying.
Yeah.
Wow.
Back when I was in secondary school, they had no proof, supposedly. So they were like, okay, we don't have proof of them insulting you. So because they said they have no proof, they said that they can't do anything about it. To the point where like, I literally ended up beating these people up. They would say something at me, and then I would literally like go to them, and then I'll push them, and I'll start fighting them, and then I would end up getting excluded. So it was always like, okay, even though like they insulted me, in my eyes, I was like, okay, as long as I've beat you up, at least we're gonna stop. I think it got to a stage where I realized I can't keep going around like that. Because in the real world, like, that's not gonna work. In the real world, if I beat someone up for insulting me, I'm going to jail, whether we like it or not. Even if they're wrong, for me to go do that to them, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Fair enough. So then what method did you start to use after that?
I just started to ignore them. Do you know what it is? When people say ignore, at first, it's harder than it seems.
Yeah, of course.
Because it's just like, oh, like, this person's just randomly coming at me. So why do I have to ignore them when they came for me first? But one thing I realized is that when you ignore it, it will go away eventually. Like you will start to care less and less, to the point where you won't even care at all.
That's good advice, actually. So did you have a lot of friends in school?
I would say that they were my friend, but I feel like the way I was treated by them, I wouldn't say they were my friend. Obviously, as years have gone on, I wouldn't say I had a lot of friends, but I would say I had a lot of acquaintances.
Let's talk about how they treated you. They were your friends, but they treated you in what way?
Let's say we were in an argument, they would bring up my eczema. So it's just like, are you really my friend if you're bringing up my insecurity? Obviously, like I said, I'm not perfect either. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, I didn't bring up their insecurities either. But it was always, one thing I realized about me is that I would only bring up theirs when they brought up mine.
So it was like a retaliation?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Would you say that you have friends right now?
Yeah.
Genuine friends? Yeah. Okay, so how did they react to the online hate that you get?
They hate it. They don't like it. They are like, they're so against the fact that I have to deal with this every day. Some of my friends have even cried. Like it's so sad to see my friends break down, because in my eyes, they're generally feeling like I generally don't deserve this, in a sense of like, how is it fair that other people are posting what she's posting, but I'm the one getting dragged the most? So yeah, they generally, I have to explain to them that time and time again, if I couldn't handle it, I would tell you guys would be the first people to know.
So let's get on to dating. What has dating been like for you?
I don't have a dating life.
Have you ever had a dating life?
No, nah. I've never been in a relationship. I've just feel like one thing I've realized about me. I feel like if anything, because of my eczema, I've just always assumed that no boy would look at me that way anyway. So that's more on my part, not on theirs though. More on my part. So, yeah. So until like I learned to love myself completely, I can't even look at dating. Yeah, honestly.
No, I understand that. I understand. So, in the journey to you loving yourself completely, where do you think you're at? If you're going to give me a percentage,
I would say I'm at 85%.
that's quite good. That's even higher than a lot of people, to be fair. So that's not bad. There was a video, sorry, that you made on your TikTok about a guy kissed you and then he threw up immediately after.
Now he cried.
He cried, sorry, immediately after. Was that a true story?
Yeah, absolutely. No, that actually happened. That's why I said I don't really have a dating life, because I feel like I read the signs really wrong. I genuinely thought he wanted me, but
Talk to me about that.
I think this was after like a netball session that I had. I read the signs completely wrong. Like it was to the point where like when a boy is looking at you, and I was looking at him in the sense of like I thought he was looking at me because he wanted to kiss me, but that's not why he was looking at me. From the reaction of the kiss, that's not why he was looking at me. So I just assumed that he wanted me to make the first move.
Oh.
But nah.
Oh, so you initiated the kiss?
Yeah, because we were standing way too close to each other. Like it was literally like eye to eye. But yeah.
And then when you kissed him and he cried, how did you feel?
I mean, I was gutted, but I shouldn't have assumed. As much as I want to be like, he shouldn't, I'm upset. I mean, I was upset at the time, yes, but I feel like ever since then, in fact, I've just stayed away from all types of like.
So you feel like that situation has kind of scarred you?
I wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah. How long ago was this?
This was like in secondary school, actually.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so it's been that long?
Yeah.
Is it that no guy has approached you, or you haven't allowed that space for guys to approach you?
The guys that do approach me, I do turn them down though, but I think they think I'm turning them down because I don't want them, but I'm generally turning them down because I'm not insecure with my body, but I feel like if they take one good look at me like properly and look at my skin, they'll just run. That's just my general view anyway. But I don't think like that anymore, but that's how I used to think like before. But yeah, literally, I haven't even allowed it to run, generally.
So are you in a space now where if somebody was to approach you, you're feeling, because you said you're at 85%, which I think is quite high, would you allow them to actually see you now?
No, you know.
No.
Not even, and the reason why I'm saying no is not even because I'm not interested. I'm not where I want to be in life. Like, I'm still in uni, number one. Number two, I generally have, right now as I'm currently talking to you, I don't have like a foundation to the point where I don't have I haven't reached my dreams or my goals yet. So how can I be looking at love and dating when I haven't reached my goals?
Love can come at any time. It doesn't matter if you've reached your goal or not. Like, and you should, I would encourage you to just be open. You know, if someone approaches you and they've looked at you, they think you're beautiful and attractive and they want to get to know you, just be open to it, you know, and allow them to treat you nicely. So after the kiss that you had with the guy, did you guys have a conversation about it?
I apologized immediately. Even the minute it happened, I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I read it wrong. Like, yeah, I feel like we had a conversation right after. In the sense of like right after it happened. But then we never spoke again afterwards because I was gutted more of the fact that I read something so wrong to the point where like I genuinely felt like I feel like he's more scarred than me, if anything, because I feel like I shouldn't have even put him in that situation. So that's why I genuinely felt bad, and that's why when it happened, I said sorry immediately.
But did you say sorry because he cried? Is that why you said sorry?
No, I said sorry because I shouldn't have kissed him. I should have actually asked. I shouldn't have just assumed that he wanted me to make the first move, because basically I got my knowledge of like Netflix movies, and in the Netflix movies they were literally every single person, girl and boy, like either the girl will kiss the boy or the guy will kiss the girl, but they wouldn't ask. Yeah. They would just do it. Yeah. But obviously I thought that's how it works. And that's what I did. The minute it happened, I realized I should have asked. Like, when I did have a crush on that particular boy, everything that he did do, I took it differently. There's certain stuff my male friends do. If another guy was to do it for me, and I had a crush on them or I liked them, I would generally think that they wanted me.
What were the actual signs that he was giving that you misread?
He was talking to me every day. He was calling me beautiful. He was calling me pretty. I just assumed if a boy is complimenting you all the time, he wants you.
I would kind of take that as someone being interested.
So did I.
Why do you feel like his response was to cry then?
I think it was more of like shock. And I think he realized, maybe she took everything I said differently. After he cried, I cried. Oh no. Yeah. Wow. Because I kid you not, I literally said out loud as well, this is not what I see in the movies. My God.
Bless you.
Literally, because, well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the movies can be misleading a
Absolutely.
little bit. So there's a guy on TikTok called Windsor, and he made a video stating that if you're an unattractive black girl, that you shouldn't be going to black unis, and then he proceeded to use your picture as like the blueprint. How did you find that video? Did he at you in it?
No, he didn't.
Oh, okay. How did that video make you feel?
I was on TikTok live, and then somebody said on my TikTok live, this boy called Windsor made a video about you. I ignored the comment because I know how TikTok is. Like, they just like to speculate. And then after one person said it, multiple people kept saying it, to the point where people were telling me to end the live and go and watch it. So I did exactly that. I saw the video now. I was in shock. But then I said to myself, let me take a nap and wake up to see if this is real. Like, did someone actually use my face as like a blueprint of like an unattractive girl, a uni girl going to uni? I woke up, more people that I even know now has sent me his video and saying, he said this, he said that. To be quite real, I was actually quite upset. He did it from a place of like, because people insult me already as it is on the internet, he did it from a place of like, there was a hidden incentive like behind the video. Like, he just wanted people to laugh at me. Yeah. That's how I generally see it, because I feel like, because I didn't realize it until like my friend even sat me down and said that there's no way someone can use your face as like being the ugly girl at in university, as like being the standard of that in a good way. There was definitely hidden intentions behind that video, whether I like it or not.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you get a lot of hate, a lot of people use your face for videos.
Not even a lot of people. He's the first one. No, he's not the first one. He's the first one that went viral in that sort of extent.
So what other things have been happening online in regards to you then?
I've had girls that I used to be friends with in uni come on social media and insult me and say I'm a terrible person, I'm delusional, I'm insane. And obviously, like, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to people that I know coming onto social media. Knowing how like people insult me as it is on social media, and you're joining in on the hate, which would then allow people to agree with that perception of me. But at the end of the day, people can like you, people can hate you. I don't really care. And I've always said that, like, to be liked by everybody is to be liked by no one. I don't want to be liked by everybody at the end of the day. It's not my intention. But this person was literally, this Wednesday guy was the first person. I don't know why, like, I generally do not know him, like, at all. And he just woke up one day to insult me.
You recently went viral because you were dubbed the face of ugly girls on TikTok. Tell me about that.
It did upset me, in the sense of like, when I was even making the video, because I talk with passion, like whether I like it or not, I can't hide my emotions when I'm making a video. Like, I can sit here and tell you, I didn't feel a type of way when it happened. That's me lying. I absolutely did feel a type of way. The same way everybody would feel a type of way if someone was to sit down and say, you are the standard of being an ugly girl on TikTok. One person's opinion of you or people's opinions of you do not generally matter, in a sense of like, why is appearance the end of why is it their means to an end, like the ends of all ends. Like, why is that all most people care about? Even if people find me ugly, that's just their opinion. I generally do not care. I feel like I cared more about the fact that it was on a wider scale, more than the fact that they called me ugly. Yeah. That's just me being quite honest.
You made a reaction video to it and you seemed very, very upset. I think a lot of people were moved by it. In that video, it seems as though you were holding back tears.
This social media thing is so dark. And you see with this thing, yeah, obviously I'm a person, yeah, when I'm angry, I cry. Obviously I'm crying on social media, no brush. But obviously I just found out on live, like, that apparently, like, when people write, like, meaty on TikTok, like, I'm the face of, like, ugly girls on, like, for UK TikTokers, apparently. That's what people were saying. That's why they use my face in the video. That's what I found out. I found out that the reason they use my face is because basically they were saying if they use anybody else's face for the thing, they wouldn't have got the point across. But like I said, guys, one of the pros of social media, like, the hate, bro, it's so disgusting once you hit it. Because what do you mean I'm the face of, like, the UK ugly girls? That's what they were saying. They were saying that's how they knew me by all of a sudden. Man, it's calm. Yeah, guys, that's what I had to say on this page. Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
When I'm angry, like, I generally cry, whether I like it or not. Like, I'm the type of person, when I'm talking and when I'm shouting, when I'm screaming, I start to cry. Yeah. And I'm not crying because I'm upset. I'm generally crying out of anger. Yeah. So I feel like that was what was happening in that video. That's why I cleared my eyes almost immediately. Like, I was trying to stop that from happening because I don't want people thinking I'm crying over the situation when I feel like angry tears is still tears. So maybe I was kind of crying over the video, but yeah.
It's okay to cry. I mean, that is a very insulting thing to say. So even if you wanted to cry about it, that's actually okay. Do you know what I mean? No one should be ever called that or made to feel low because of how you look. Do you know what I mean? So it's okay to cry, just to let you know. That video of you making a reaction video to it was posted on the Shadebar, and there was a lot of comments about it and things like that. Before we get into that, you have asked the Shadebar before not to post you, am I correct?
Not to post me without consent, yes.
Okay, so did they ask to post this video?
No, they actually asked this time.
Okay.
But because it was already on the internet, one thing I've realised with the internet is that if it's already on there, if I don't want it on Shadebar, I can easily delete it. Because if I delete the video, Shadebar wouldn't have found it. Yeah. I don't mind being posted on Shadebar. I just would rather have them ask me than them just post me. And then maybe 6 hours later or 2 days later, they shouldn't. And then 2 days later, they then come and ask for my permission.
Yeah.
Even right now, as I'm currently, like, talking to you, I don't follow Shadebar. Like, I think I even unfollowed them back in, like, 2022. So even when they do post me, it's not like I'm going to see it unless someone sends it to me.
As the Shadebar did post you, did you actually go through the comments on this particular post?
It had only been posted for like an hour or so when I checked. And yeah, I did see some nice, amazing comments actually. I was even shocked.
I think when I checked it again, there was about 3,000 comments and the majority of them were positive, was quite supportive, which is different to the usual, to the usual comments. So that just goes to show that there are a lot of people supporting you and that are fighting your corner, by the way. Would you say that you have a strong support system off of social media?
Oh, no, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who are those people?
My family, my close friends, my friends from church, my friends from uni, and yeah, my family, literally, that's about it.
Are you a heavy churchgoer then?
Yeah, recently, I would say since the start of last year.
Amazing. How's your journey with Christ going?
Do you know what it is? I feel like I have my moments, but I feel like every time I have my moment, I always come back to God. So yeah, I think it's going okay.
Do you think that's what's keeping you quite grounded?
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's why even when these certain situations happen, I try so hard not to like insult them black and blue, like, because at the end of the day, the same way that person insulted me, I could easily do it back.
Yeah. Where are you at now mentally?
If anything, this situation has generally taught me that I generally cannot, even if someone has like an opinion of me on social media and it goes viral or even does anything, I cannot even respond. Because by me giving them the time of day, that's them thinking that I care. Because generally speaking, I generally did not care about the situation. It was just the fact that it happened on a wider scale. I feel like even the way I responded to this whole situation, I don't want people thinking that that's how I feel every day on a regular basis. But I feel like people should also know that I'm allowed to have my moments as well. Like, I can't keep acting like I don't care about the hate comments, because I do care. Yeah. But at the end of the day, I feel like my main objective on social media that I want people to know is that you can generally look a different way. Yes, you might go through things like this in a sense of like people will insult you here and there. People might come for your appearance, because at the end of the day, that's all they can do anyway, for me anyway. In my sense, I feel like the only thing you can talk to me about is my appearance. In their eyes, they think that by them coming for my appearance or my eczema will bring me down, but them not knowing that I tend to grow from those situations. But yeah, I want people to know that it's okay to be indifferent. You don't need to look like a typical influencer that you see on Love Island, or you don't need to look a certain way to be in this type of like content creating space. Hopefully I get to a stage where people can see that I didn't let my eczema stop me. I didn't let people coming for my appearance stop me, because I'm not gonna let that person stop me. Yeah. I'm not gonna let that person who said I'm the standard of looking unattractive, the standard unattractive UK black girl, and then some people agreed with him, some people didn't. I don't really care. I can't let that person stop me.
Of course, I love the energy. I do commend you for not allowing all the hate that you get to kind of like dictate whether or not you're going to continue with social media. But I do have to ask, what gives you the drive to continuously expose yourself to this cycle of hate that you get?
At the end of the day, not everybody's going to like you, number one. Number two, you need to let people know that at the end of the day, words are actually just words. Whether we like it or not, yes, we're allowed to have certain reactions to some words. But at the end of the day, words can't kill you. Everybody is dealing with something at the end of the day, whether we like it or not. So I just don't want people thinking that the reason why I stopped posting is because I let the hate get to me. No, that can't be. That's not the way I'm going down. If I'm going down off social media, it's definitely not going to be because of the eczema or their appearance. No, it can't be because of that. But the reason why I generally keep posting is because I know that there's young girls out there, there's young boys out there, they might be suffering with even eczema or maybe other things. But I want them to maybe look at me one day and think, she has this, Antonia has eczema, she's shaved her head. Because even when I shaved my head, I was still posting on social media. Like, I didn't let that stop me. Or when people were insulting my appearance, or when I've kissed a boy, for a prime example, and I've cried, and I've even felt comfortable to say that to social media. I haven't let all those situations stop me from trying to become a content creator at the end of the day. Because that is my goal, that is my dream.
What do you have to say to all of the people that continuously say negative things towards you?
I genuinely hope that God does heal their heart and their souls. If them bringing me down brings them up, then continue. Because at the end of the day, I didn't ask for social media to put my face in your eyes. That happened on its own at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, we can't control social media. We can't be like, yeah, you come on here, you go on there. At the end of the day, what you see is what you get. Yeah. And if you see my face and you don't like me, then block me. Yeah. That's the most I can literally say.
That's a very positive response to have. I can see God is really working in you. What would you say your brand is if you've established one?
My brand is generally being different, like standing out physically and mentally. Because whether we like it or not, I am not your typical content creator. I'm not even there yet, but if you look at me, you're not going to look at me and think, she's a content creator. No, you're not. You're not going to look at that. And that's not going to be the first thing that comes to your head.
Have there been any moments that really stood out to you that have happened to you off of social media that you haven't shared that you would like to share now?
It was just like one day in the summer, I went out because my female friend, she must have done something in the park. And then basically I was just minding my business, just sitting down, and everybody was sitting down. And she invited her male friends as well. And I don't think one of her male friends likes me. Maybe they just, in a sense of like, when I mean likes me, I don't mean like find me attractive. No, I just mean like in a sense of like, I don't think they liked me as a person because they kicked a football at my head, like from where they were standing and the ball reaching my head. You can only do that with such precise. It cannot be by accident.
Intentional.
Yeah, intentional. So when they kicked the ball at my head and everybody was laughing, that's the day that made me realize that maybe I don't have friends. Because why are you laughing?
Nobody said anything.
From what I know, everybody was laughing. I don't think there was a single person that said, "Oh, you're okay." But I had to brush it off and act like I was okay. But.
Yeah. That brings me to another question. So, like, your countenance is very confident. Like, I wasn't actually expecting you to be this confident. But some might say that it is a facade. Are you putting up a wall to kind of come across this way? So it's like you're just beating everything off as opposed to actually dealing with it?
If anything, I would say that the situations that I've been in my childhood and all the way up to uni, it builds on my confidence. Like, in a sense of like, every time I go through something, it makes me realize that it's either you let this thing drag you down, you let your mistakes ruin your future, or you generally keep on pushing. Yeah. And I do understand why people might think it's a facade. Because yes, like, how can someone be getting hit every day and then you're acting like everything's normal, then you continue posting like that didn't just happen like a couple of days ago. Yeah. But one thing I've generally realized with life is that if you don't love yourself, then one day or another everything will come crumbling down. Hence why I feel like it has more of the fact that because I love myself and I'm more generally happy with myself. But I feel like everybody knows how social media is. Social media is a dark place. Whether I like it or not, there's pros and there's cons. Yeah. I can't sit here and act like I wasn't expecting the hate. I kind of was, but obviously not to this level, but I kind of was, because I know that at the end of the day, people don't like one thing about social media, they don't like people being different, in the sense of like, they like their unrealistic standards. That's what they love.
Well, I enjoy your confidence. I commend you, and I said that before. Obviously, you are wonderfully and beautifully made in the image of God, and yeah, he makes no mistakes. Continue on this journey, continue being confident, and I pray that this 85% that you're at will get to 100%. So obviously there are a lot of people that support you despite the hate that you're constantly getting. I know that the Shadebar comments kind of showed you that, and obviously your followers as well. So us at Trend Central, we have got a little surprise for you.
Huh?
Yes. So we just wanted to show you some love. We wanted to show you some love and let you know that you are loved and supported.
Oh my God, no, thank you.
Yes.
Oh wow. Oh, there's more.
There's more, baby girl.
God.
There's more. There's more.
Gosh.
Listen,
wow.
You're probably gonna have to get a cab home because there's more. There's more.
There's more.
There's more. There's more. So there's a few people that knew that we were interviewing today, and they wanted to gift you with things, and they wanted to show you that despite the hate that you're getting online, you are supported. We love you. You are beautiful, and we want you to continue on this journey.
Oh,
yes, yes.
Wait. Wait. You're gonna have to drop down on the floor. Wait. What?
Yeah, so we just hope you we hope you enjoy it. I know you're gonna probably have to go through everything.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued. Let me just
you can kind of go through it now. So
let me just the flowers. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh.
Yeah, so that's some gym wear.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, girl, we got you.
Wow.
We want you to be looking good, look good, feel good. You know the vibe.
You even got me a nice bag from Oh, you guys did well. Oh, you guys did well. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. This is the last thing I was
expecting. I better see that on the TikTok. I better see you rocking it.
Absolutely.
I want to see some outfit of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100 times. I'm used. They will know I have this bag today. Don't worry. Oh, wow. Oh, another bag. Oh, wow. Another bag. No, I'm going to actually, no, let me not cry. Let me not cry, but no. Oh my God.
Yeah, but we support you here, girl. Don't watch the hate. I do love your countenance, that you're just kind of like, do you know what? Despite the hate, I'm wishing them well, and I'm going to continue with what I'm doing. And I hope you're feeling the love here because you are supported by us. And yeah, just continue on your journey.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm such in shock right now. I'm so sorry. No, thank you, honestly.
Yeah, no,
thank
you're
you.
more than welcome. But yeah, we're sending you all our love here. It was a beautiful interview. We really appreciate you having you on the show. And yeah, we're just wishing you all the best. You're such a beautiful spirit, and it was lovely having you here.
Thank you for having me. It was nice being here too.
Let's have a little hug.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you for joining, guys. No, it was amazing. It was amazing. But yeah, so that is all for today, guys. Thank you guys for watching Off the Record. I hope that this interview has been inspiring to you guys, and maybe a lot of people will now use their words wisely. Even though there is the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Words do have power, guys. Words do go far. Words last in people's hearts. So let's just be nice, spread some kindness, show some love to one another, and hopefully we can save humanity. But that's it from me, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl, Mide Oni. Bye, guys.
No, wow. What? How did you guys think? No, this is. No, how did,
I don't know how you have to get a cab or something, girl.
Wait.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.